during the last run, drive shaft, the pins that go into the drive cup were shorn off. And before that, drive shaft was acting funny. It was because the piece that goes in here was missing. So I'll just take the shaft off of here and replace this dog bone. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this screw. I don't even want to use these. I'm just going to use the whole new shaft. The second one I've had to replace in the front. And it was on this side, so I'm just going to put this new one in and see what happens. If it's something else, then we'll see. I'm going to grease this up though in here. So these are the two drive shafts that I've broken so far. This one broke first, and it's this piece that was missing from it. I don't know if the previous owner took the drive shaft apart and lost this. I don't know if this broke when I was using it. I don't know anything other than the fact that I figured that out when I took it apart to replace it. The second time, this is the replaced one, ran well, you know? I just, you know, this happened. And this happens, so I don't blame Arrma for that. I was running it pretty hard. I wasn't sending it, I was just doing some off-road speed passes and, you know, wheelies and stuff, so I think that's why that broke. And I don't trust using these. They just look way too worn. Especially this one, this pin here. And same with this, I just feel like it's so stressed. So I would use these parts, but these I'm gonna get rid of. This for obvious reasons. I mean, I guess you could replace that pin, but I can't be bothered. So, got a new drive shaft in there. Ready for the golf course this weekend. I'm either going to be running this with my buddy's X-Max, or he's going to trade his X-Max to get one of these. The wearing on the shaft itself got me a little curious. I started looking at the difference in the thickness in these two shafts. And you can see it right here, especially near the ball, how much thicker this shaft is. And I noticed that because when I went to rotate this wheel here before I left it alone, I was looking at the shaft and I noticed the difference in the sizes. So I don't know where this shaft actually came from. It looks Arrma, obviously. But I was noticing that the newly replaced shaft was also rubbing on the inside of the cup, where this one is worn and it's starting to show a little bit of wear, just enough to notice. You can see that silver there, right here. So I'm wondering if I was using the wrong part, because these are identical. Yeah, I don't know. If anyone knows what's going on with that, definitely chime in. So it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and just put this shaft on here so that it doesn't rub and wear down. That's probably what ended up causing this. I'm glad I noticed that before I sent it to the golf course. It's always good to give your stuff a once over. You can see the difference in thickness. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch that out. Okay, so here's a look at the drive shafts next to each other so you can see the difference. So these two on the outside are definitely way thicker than the one in the middle. And like I was saying, you can already start to see some of the wear on the cup right there, or wear from the cup on the bone. So I've decided actually I am going to use this with this because they're all used, and I'll save this nice one for in case I need it. So we'll save those two. We'll go ahead and put this one together and reinstall it. There's no contact to the edge of the dog bone in the drive cup like there was on the other drive shafts here. So that is the correct bone. I don't know what these are, where they came from. They're obviously Arrma 8S, but I don't know. These aren't even as thick as the rears. The rears are the same as the front, so I don't know. I'm just glad I looked at that because now I know. So always take that extra minute to go over your stuff and try to notice that little difference. I know I would have broken something. Smooth.